Hello, everybody. It's Marialda here once again, and welcome back to episode number 65 of Let's Browse. Woohoo! Yes, let's browse. And we've got the goddess Neppy Nep, and we've got her friend Noir. Yay! And we've got some suggestions this week, and we have some not safe for YouTube suggestions as well. So, just as a reminder, for the YouTube part, there will be just the safe for YouTube ones. Check the Discord afterwards for a download link, a torrent download link to get the full version, which includes the uncensored parts. So yay! So yeah, let's get to browsing. So we open up the browser, of course, and we full screen it, and we see it's expanded for some reason. Yes, we do have several suggestions that are not safe for YouTube, so we will look at those later. But we'll start off with Gordon. And Gordon has suggested Kizna Ai from iChannel. She is the world's first virtual YouTuber. Yes. Hi, Domo. She is a 1/7 scale figure by Stronger and distributed by Tokyo Otaku Mode. And she is supposed to come out in December and is priced at 11,852 yen. Yeah, I wouldn't expect her out in December, but it's nice to dream. Anyways, we've got Kizuna Ai, and yes, it looks pretty much almost exactly like her. Just looking at it right now, I do feel they put maybe a little bit too much blush on her face, but maybe that'll be taken care of in the final product. She does have her little pink strands in her hair, and she's got her trademark little bow, nice and pink. She's got nice big boobs showing off her belly button and some pretty tight shorts. And she's got some very nice thigh-high boots with some frilly, lacy stuff on the edges of it. Nice detarioki. And she's got bright blue eyes, and she's got some teeth in her mouth. Looks like all of her fingers are individually sculpted, and we do see a little bit of paint on her thumbnail. And yeah, I mean, she's wearing Ai's outfit and everything. It is Kizuna Ai. Looks like her base is a couple different hearts. There is the gray prototype of her. And I think we just looked at this picture, basically. There's a little bit of a close-up. So also on her shirt, we do see a couple golden brass buttons and a nice little bow on her chest. She is wearing the arm warmers, but exposing her very nice-looking armpit. And, you know, super happy girl smile. They need to make a smug face eye. Either that or include that as a optional bonus. She is wearing some shorts, and they are showing off her booty quite nicely. Yes, quite a nice booty on her. Back of the hair, there is shading, so it's lighter brown at the top and darker at the tips, and there is sculpting and strands going everywhere, which is a bonus. She does have some nicely sculpted backs of her knees. The back of her thighs do seem a bit shiny. Not sure if that's intentional or not. We'll see when she comes out. And yeah, she is just a super happy girl and reaching out her hand and everything. And we do see there is a little pattern on her base as well. And the heart is not symmetrical, it looks like. Yeah, her thigh still does seem a little bit shiny. Her mouth does go inside in a little bit, so it's not a flat mouth. That's a nice little touch. You got the little A symbol on her little scarf boob apron thing, and we do see she does have a sculpted clavicle, and she does have an ear. And I think her hair looks really good, and like I said, this is Ai. It is a perfect representation of her. Even got a little hip gap right there. So yeah, it's a nice looking figure. I'm not completely into her anymore. I was subscribed to her for a bit, but just never really watched it enough to stay subscribed. So there she is at a couple convention things. Oh, also Gordon did give us a bunch of Moyo links to her. So yeah, I mean, prototype looks great. And I think she's going to turn out pretty well. Pretty much exactly like the prototype. Stronger tends to be a pretty good company. I do really like the little lacework on her boot top. and her eyes are quite detailed as well. So yeah, this blush still seems a little bit strong on her right side. On the left side, it's a little bit better in my opinion. So yeah, it's Ai. She looks good. If you like her, I'm sure a lot of you will be buying this as soon as she is up for order, which I think she might be up for order. I don't remember for sure. I mean, she's not a draft. Yes, she is up for order. Duh. But anyways. Ai. Yay. So we shall move on to Resilient Wolf. And Resilient Wolf has suggested, let's see, this is Artorias the Abyss Walker from Dark Souls Sculpt Collection number 2, being manufactured by Banpresto. This is a collectible prize figure. He is supposed to come out August of 2018. You can buy him from AmiAmi for 3,500 yen. So pretty cheap. This product can be shipped only to North, Central, and South America. So if you're in Europe or Asia or Australia or Africa, you're out of luck. Let's see. So he's kind of small at 17 centimeters, so about 6 or 7 inches tall. And it looks like he may be a posable figure. Maybe. Not sure. Let's look at the pictures of him. Click and look. So, right off the bat, this is not a figure for me, but it is, at least this prototype, is very, very detailed looking. He is wearing a bunch of armor, and the armor definitely looks worn and weathered, and like he's been through quite a few battles. The little fabric parts of it are all shredded and faded and everything. And I mean, just the armor looks rusted and stained and everything. So yeah, he's been in some battles. That sword, yeah, it's taken some damage. It may not be the best cutting sword anymore. Looks like he has a very tiny head. But, I mean, just look at all the details. Looks pretty dang good. As for whether or not this will look like this when you get him, my guess would be not quite as good since it is a prize figure, but maybe it'll be okay. It's decent enough price if you do like this. I do like you get the chainmail and everything underneath the plate armor. And it's even got the accurate like elbow guard and shoulder guards and everything. It looks almost like a piece of realistic armor that people may have worn or not. Still, the head seems really tiny. His face is like hidden inside the hood. And his base, it's got this crappy plastic little sculpted rim, but then it's kind of like a road asphalt type base, or I mean, I'm sure it's not asphalt, but like it is textured and everything, like a path and everything. So it's not just a plain flat plastic disc. From the back, you really see a lot of the chainmail. You see all the fabric parts and the back coverings and his weathered belt as well. And a little bit closer view of the like deteriorating sword. So yeah, if you like this, I don't think it's a bad price. It's just not a figure that I'm really into, so it's not for me, and I will not get it. But you can. It does look quite detailed, as it is a prize figure, so you take your chances on if your finished product will look like this. So yay. So now we shall move on to Chris Kojak's suggestions. The first one being Hasegawa Kokobato from Boku wa Tomodachi ga Sukunai Next, or Haganai. This is the Noble Blood of Night version of her. Woohoo! She is by Kotobukiya and is a 1/8 scale figure. Pretty small. She came out originally February 9th of 2014, re-released May 10th of 2014, and was priced at 8,000 yen, and looks like she was a Winter Wonder Festival 2014 exclusive. And there is a counterfeit version of this. Aftermarket-wise, people are selling them a year ago for decent prices, but it looks like it may be a little bit difficult to find. A year ago, you could buy her at Dojin Republic for... You can buy her for $110 there. This site typically is very expensive. Typically. But yes, this does look like it's the alternate color version of the original one. So this is the original one. And the alternate colored version. Which would I prefer? I honestly do kind of like this one a little bit better, I think. At least from the prototype picture and the first shot of her. So Kobato does have her contact in, so she's got her 2 different colored eyes. She does have her little stuffed bunny. She is wearing her little bonnet, and her hair fades to a transparent plastic. It does seem to be sculpted very nicely in the fringe area. Looks like her underskirt might have a bit of translucentness to it. And she does have a garter belt, so she has some garter straps going down to her stockings, and she is wearing a little bit of a corset, and being a young girl, she has very small boobs, and she's got some nice shoes on as well. She is kneeling on a chair, which is falling through the floor. The chair does seem quite ornately sculpted. And we look at the side of her corset, and we do see it is all laced up. So Kobato's eyes look quite nice. Lots of details in them. She's got the little O mouth, which is kind of flat. We do see the strap is a little bit loose, so you got a little bit of strap gap there. The bunny is sculpted and painted pretty nicely as well. You got all its little teeth. Even the bunny is blushing. And she is just stretching her arms out and cracking her knuckles a little bit. The corset does seem to be shaded. Damn it. The corset does seem to be shaded quite nicely. There is ruffles and billows in the skirt. Trying to decide if that's shading or not. As I said, the chair is pretty ornate. I don't like how it is falling through the floor, though. It just doesn't look right to me. There she is from the backside. So once again, a little bit of rufflies on the chest area. Got her showing off her shoulder and her fingers and everything. The back of the hair, there's a seam line right there, but it's not horrible or super obvious or anything. It does look like the cushion of the chair might be made out of felt, and it is a very ornate chair. So yeah, she looks pretty good. Not too bad or anything. I do like this picture, like this angle, and it really makes her skin look white, not yellow like some of these other pictures have. So yeah, Kobato, nice and cute. There's the shot of the back of her head. Sculpted pretty nicely. So, since she is out, we'll look over here and see how she turned out. So we'll click on this one. The hair looks a little bit more flatly colored, but it doesn't look bad. Flesh looks okay. Yeah, looks like she turned out pretty good. And then, of course, the important question, they are white. So yeah, if you like her, maybe you can find her. The next one that was suggested is Grell Sutcliff from Kurotsuji, or however you say that. Kuroshitsuji. Yeah, Book of Circus. This is another Kotobukiya figure. He is a 1/8 scale figure. came out on August 10th of 2015, priced at 11,500 yen. 363 people own him. 8.86 rating. That's actually seems kind of low. Lots of 10s, but some 7s. So, meh, it is what it is. Aftermarket-wise, someone's selling for 80 bucks, 125 euro. But, like, no stores are listed in there, so maybe difficult to find him. We'll click and look. So he is standing on a rubbly checkerboard base, and he has his foot on the, looks like the queen, or maybe a bishop or a rook, whatever this one is. So he is kind of a butler. I'm guessing, think that's what that show's about, you know, demon butlers. He has some very nice looking red hair. It is very bright, very vibrant. It definitely matches his coat. He is wearing a vest and some long pants. And he's got some like chain type things hanging off of his belt. And he is holding a chainsaw. The chainsaw looks like a cheap plastic toy. I mean, it's got the shape and everything. It just feels like a cheap plastic toy and not something that will cut your body into pieces. 1 second. Okay. Just to make sure I'm still... Yes, audio is still going. So he is wearing some high-heeled shoes. You can see they have some red inlays and lacings and everything. And he's got a very devilish grin on his face. There is the whole set of the butlers. The whole set again. There his gray prototype. And there he is with some red light shining on him. So now that we get a little bit closer view of his face, we do see he is wearing glasses, which have a little glasses rope catcher around his neck. And he has like shark teeth, and he is smiling devilishly. He is making kind of a strange hang 10 symbol with his hand. The vest has some nice flow to it, nice ruffle, or, you know, folds and everything. And you can see, like, it's a little bit tight, so you got the little stretch marks where it's buttoned together. Decent pants, decent gloves, and he's got the little armbands holding his sleeves down. And he's got quite long, spindly legs. Do we see him? Okay, a little bit more of a straight-on shot, so he has some nice green eyes looking off to the side a little bit. He's got a little bow tie around his neck. It's got some red stripes on it. So it looks like a pretty decent figure if you're into this type of thing. I'm not, but yeah, looks pretty decent. Do we see him from the back? Well, there's a good shot of his chest piece and his shoes. Definitely high heels on that. Not something you typically see guys wearing, but hey, it is what it is. So from the back, the coat is, I mean, plain and simple. What do you expect from a coat? It does have a big giant bow on it. He does have very, very long hair, and it's got a nice little curve and breeze flowing through it and everything. A couple strands going everywhere, which is a nice little touch. And the top is quite spiky. It is not a flat bulb. And there is the little plastic chainsaw. Good shot of his mouth and his teeth. It even looks like they went as far as to try to put a hint of actual nostrils on his nose. That is something you don't normally see on anime figures. It's usually just a little bit of a point. So yeah, like I said, if you're into this show, if you like this character, looks like it's a good one, but it's not something for me. Let's see. How did he turn out? Let's see. Is there a good like full body shot of him that's not photoshopped? Okay. So yes, his outfit is quite shaded. Chainsaw still looks like a plastic toy. His head does seem like it has grown vertically. But overall, it looks like he turned out pretty nicely in the final product. So yay. Moving on, we now have a suggestion by Rexlock, which is Rosia from Show by Rock. This is by Belfine, a 1/7 scale figure, supposed to come out in June of 2018, and is priced way overpriced at 18,500 yen. So why do I say way overpriced? Well, because Belfine, 1/7 scale, it's a little bit better, but they usually really overprice their figures, and then the final product usually is pretty flat looking. But anyways, Rosia. That's her name, right? Rosia? Rosia. So, she is very pink. She has some nice long hair, which is ending in kind of a drill ball thing going on. And it is wrapped around her arm. She is making a little peace sign. She is a happy girl with a little moe fang. She's got a nice blue or green eye with the other ones winking at you. She's got a heart-shaped ahoge. She's got hair ornaments and like cat ears that the hair is coming out of. And, she looks cute and everything. She also comes with a little kitty cat guitar. Almost looks more like a hamster than a kitty cat. It's got some evil looking eyes and the little mouth and the little heart on it. She's got a couple like cape ribbon things coming off the backs, and they have heart ornaments on them as well. And she's got some bells on her little garter strap. She's got some bows on her ankles and some nice red high heels and nice maroon socks. Stockings, whatever you want to call them. From the back, we do see that little cape things have little wings on them, and she does have a tail. And it matches everything else, being pink. It's got a nice little spine line there. Back of the hair has some good, like the part line, and it's sculpted, and there's some shading. And the twin tails look to be done quite nicely. And her mouth does seem quite deep. Like I said, she does have the moe fang. Looks like, at least from this angle, she is showing off a bit of cleavage, but it's really hidden by her shirt and her big giant bow. Looks like there are actual strings on the guitar. Yeah, she is showing off a little bit of cleavage. And showing off her belly button as well. And fingernails are painted. So the question is, because this prototype looks pretty damn good. Question is, will you get what you pay for in the final product? At this point, I don't trust Belfine enough to trust them, but it's up to you if you do or if you want to. Look at that cute face, though. And she's got the little heart or diamond-shaped glare in her eye, too. Let's see. Yeah, 15 people are willing to give her a shot. Solaris Japan has her for almost $200. As I said, I think that's way overpriced. So yeah. So now we shall move on to ByLS Gaming, who has suggested Eigan Yosei Renge. This is an original character, part of the Tonitaka Art Girls line. This is by Alpha Max. A 1/6 scale figure. She came out September 15th of 2017 and was priced at 14,800 yen. Looks like she's gone down in price, so you can get her for around $110 or so. So this figure, I'm pretty sure I talked about her before because I said I was seriously considering buying her. There's only one thing on this figure that I didn't like and really turned me off to her. If it wasn't for this one thing, I would have bought this. And that one thing is the crotch. I'm really not the fan of the super high cut crotch area. But, it is what it is. If she had on a little mini skirt, I would have bought this. So yeah, I mean, the colors look great. The hair, the blue and the pink go together very well. It's a very soft looking figure. Her legs look great. She's got some nice hips on her, nice big boobs. She's got a happy girl smile on her face. She's got some nice butterfly wings. She does have her very long sleeves. And the sleeves are not attached to the shirt in any way, so we do see her elbow, or her shoulders and her armpits. She does have a nice little V crotch line, the hip line and everything. Little strap around her thigh for the attachment point, and she is wearing some sandals. And a little bit more of a close-up on her. Her eyes look very nicely done. Got some good coloring in them and some nice patterns and everything. Looks like she might have a flower hair ornament as well. She's got a little headband, mostly covered up by the rest of the hair. She's kind of saluting you a little bit. She's not showing off any cleavage. It's all covered by her shirt, but the little golden band has some like runes written on it. It's got a nice little butterfly ornament on her OB. And we do see in the crotch area she does have a couple little pink bows as well. And I just noticed for the first time ever that there is a faint pink floral pattern on the white parts of her outfit. It's very, very faint. And then also for the first time, I just noticed that the little strap around her thigh is textured like an actual rope. It is not a smooth, solid piece of plastic. So there's more details to this than I realized. From the back, we still have the super high cut of the the underwear part of her outfit. She's got a nice spine line, nice wings. All the little veins seem to be like textured, so that's a nice little touch. And she's got a little bit of booty cheeks peeking out there. The backs of the knees are kind of smooth and flat and boring. Ankles, they're there, but not very super exciting. And the back of her hair is also done very nicely. Nice shading, nice sculpting, nice part line and everything. And she's got some nice twin tails too. So yeah, I mean, she's cute and everything. And it's a nice Tony Taka fairy girl. Nice Tony Taka face. It's just, like I said, this, if she was wearing a skirt, I think I would have 99% bought her. But it is what it is. So if you like her, you can buy her. And then post pictures and make us all jealous. Coming over here. Let's see. Click this. Click the booty. And let's look at the crappy base. Okay. So you could get the Ami bonus with her, which is an acrylic plate with the original artwork. So this is the original artwork. Yeah, looks like the hair maybe is a little bit flatter than in the prototype, but overall looks pretty good. The faint pink patterns on the white parts seem to be not there, but then again, this could just be a poorly lit picture. There's the booty shot for all of you. And you can see like the veins in the wings being, like actually textured and everything. And that is a very, very ugly base. But it's not your plain just plastic disc. In this case, I think I would have preferred a plain plastic disc. But overall, the figure looks like it turned out okay. So moving on, we also have a suggestion of One Perion from Blade Arcus from Shining EX. This is by Aquamarine, a 1/7 scale figure, and it is still a prototype, so it is not up for order yet. This is another figure based off of Tony Taka's artwork. We click and we look, and at least from this picture, she looks kind of sick. She is very, very, very pale. I have seen other One Perion figures, and I do like her general design. She does have some like magical lightning effects wrapping around her knees and shooting up in the air. She's got some very nice blue eyes, very piercing, matches the blue of her outfit. Her outfit is mostly blue, black, and white, and she has a vacuum sealed outfit on, so very like stretchy around the boob area. Base is kind of meh. It's kind of ugly, but it's not, like I said, it's not your plain plastic disc. Right now there is the only one picture in this little light box thing. She does have some little barrettes in her hair. And she is smiling a little bit as she is about to kick your ass. She's got very long hair, tied in a very, like, kind of a ponytail, but not a ponytail. Come over here, click the Chan pictures, and see what we see. So we see a bunch of great prototypes. We see original artwork. We'll see a non-ghost looking picture of her. So yes, this is the original artwork that she is based off of. As we can see, yes, she has a very, very tight shirt, so you got all the stretch marks and everything. A very strong looking booty. Looking at the figure. Okay, yes, she definitely does not look like she is ill in this one. She has a nice healthy glow to her skin. We do see the little wrist cuff matches the artwork. It's got the little dragon snake thing wrapped around it. Tight shirt, big boobs, happy girl. She's got some teeth. Hair is sculpted pretty nicely. The breasts could maybe be done a little bit better. And I do like her like asymmetric stockings, and like the black one with the, I think the design on it looks really great, even though this is a super blurry picture of it. So close that. So if we click here, okay, so the pattern on her stocking does look like it is just a decal, at least in the prototype. Would prefer it to just be painted on her. I think it looks a little bit better than a plastic stuck on decal. The boots, they've got some sculpting to them, but they seem very plain and simple. There's no shading or anything. They're just a white blob of plastic with a little like green-blue bow on them. So, I mean, it is what it is. She's not up for order, so yay. I'm just looking real quick because this seems familiar. It seems like I've seen this before, but I was looking to see if there were related items, but there's not. So now we shall move on to a suggestion by Mindy. And this one is Tsugumi Seishiro from Nisekoi. This one is by Revolve, a 1/7 scale figure. Tsumugi came out on September 16th of 2015 and was priced at 9,250 yen. Aftermarket wise, she's gone up a bit, so $130 or so at the stores. 322 people own her. She's got a 9.37 rating. So, Tsumugi, she's got some big boobs. She's got her short blue hair. She's got kind of an embarrassed look on her face. She does have some nicely shaded hair. The shirt part of the outfit is textured, so you got these vertical textures going on. A little bit of lacing, some brass buttons, nice black collar. And she's got a nice little skirt on, and some nice long legs, and some high heels. So Tsumugi is embarrassed because she typically isn't used to being seen as a woman. She's usually wearing like boy clothing, but she's got a body on her. She looks pretty good. Looks like the shading is done very nicely, and all the billows and ruffles in the skirt look pretty good. This I do not like. They gave her an alternate hairstyle, and they changed the hair from blue to brown. I mean, the braids are sculpted very, very nicely. They're very thick braids, and they're pretty long down to the bottom of her breast. But it just doesn't look good on her. I think she does look better with her blue short hair. And she's got this ugly looking headband as well. Yeah, like I said, I think she looks better like this. Compare the two versions of her. There is a sample image. I'm trying to see from the back. Okay, so there's a little hole in the back showing off a little bit of the nape of her neck and upper back. Once again, the back of the hair is also sculpted pretty nicely, so it's not just a flat blob. It's got a ribbon on her waistline. Back of the knees are very sculpted. She is standing on a brick base, very detailed looking. And you can almost see the answer to the important question, but not quite. So yeah, overall, I think this looks very good, except for the alternate hairstyle. Get rid of the alternate hairstyle. I think it's a good looking figure. Tsumugi is not best girl. To me, best girl was Marika. But I know people will fight wars over who the best Nisekoi girl is. Let's see how she actually turned out. Click. Come on, click. Let's see here. So there's one of her in the alternate hairstyle. There's one of her there and there. And it looks like we will not have the important questions answered today. So this is kind of a bad picture, so the hair does look a little bit shiny. But the dress looks like it was done exactly like the prototype. So you got the billows and ruffles and everything. You got shading in there. You got the frills painted on the chest line. And the face looks pretty good too. Yeah, it looks like she turned out pretty much exactly like the prototype. So if you like Tsumugi, this would be a good investment, I do believe. Just saw this one. There we go. So moving on. So yeah, I picked a few of my own just to fill things out a little bit. So the first one was Yuikahama Yui. I think she just went up for order today. She is from Yahari Ore no Seishun no Kamini wa Machika blah 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 Zoku Onegaru. She is by Shoyokusha. This is the kimono version of her. She is a 1/6 scale figure. She's supposed to come out in September of 2018, priced at 12,778 yen. So she is sitting on a fluffy base, and she's wearing a yukata, which is coming off of her shoulder and showing off quite a bit of cleavage. She does have the typical Yui bun, and the hair is sculpted very, very nicely. She's got a nice face. And the kimono is red, and it's got shading, so it's got darker shades, lighter shades, and it's got patterns all over it. And this is one of the Yui figures that actually looks like her, and I think looks good. This is, I hate to say it, this is in a maybe list, but probably won't get her. But since I'm not really the biggest yukata fan, but it's Yui, and she looks pretty good. So there's a little rope tied around her waist, and the little ends are flailing around. She's got some nice legs on her. Her heel does seem to be sticking out a little bit too far, but it's just the way that she's sitting, I'm sure. I do like the way the little pinky toe is sculpted. The clavicle and neck area is very detailed, nice sculpting, looks to be some shading. Maybe a little bit small of a neck. It's got a very, very gentle smile. It's almost not even there. And yeah. It's got a very strong part line in her hair. That's probably where the seam line is and everything. It's got a pretty nice shoulder. She's got big giant boobs, of course. The pad printing on the yukata looks pretty good. And from the back, so we do see the little ends of the obi, they're quite long. Got the flower pattern on them. She's got some nice toes. Back of the hair looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit light, but I mean, that's all the shading and everything. So yeah, it's Yui. I think she looks good. She's in the maybe list. Another one that I saw this morning, just went up, is Ninomiya Ai from Amanchu Advance. This is by Fat Company. And she is a 1/7 scale figure, supposed to come out in December of 2018, priced at 13,800 yen. I watched the first season of Amanchu. I will watch the second one, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I saw this and I'm like, hey, she looks pretty cute, and she has big giant boobs, and is sculpted pretty nicely. She is a thin girl, as we can see her rib cage, her ribs are poking through, but she has big giant boobs. She is so big that she has to wear 2 bikini tops. She does have her swim mask and snorkel, and a little bag thing. I don't know what this is. Might be a weight pouch, but she has a nice green bikini on. And she is also wearing a wetsuit, which is down around her thighs. So you get the little crotch gap. Nice belly button. And she is a happy girl. So nice happy girl smile, a little moe fang. Nice green eyes. And hair looks to be sculpted pretty nicely as well. And she's got a little like coral reef base. And nicely done toes. She is barefoot. Here, as I said, you can see the ribs poking through. So she is quite the thin girl. Very small waist, and nice little bikini string bow tie. And it looks like the top green bikini has a little bit of strap gap. The black one does seem to be sculpted out of her flesh. From the back, she's got a booty. She's got a nice byline, nice shoulder blades, more little bow ties. Hair still looks pretty good. And we get a little bit more of a shot of the coral reef base. But yeah, pretty nice booty, pretty big boobs, very thin waist. Not realistic proportions, I would say. The wetsuit, we do see kind of the zipper, so that's been sculpted. Nice attention to detail there. So yeah, it's just one that caught my eye. I'm not going to buy it, but it's cute, I think. And if you like it, I don't think it would be a bad purchase or anything. And then we have 22 and 33 from Billy. So yes, 22 Nyang and 33 Nyang. They are by Good Smile Company. They are the Happy New Year 2018 version. There was a 2017 version, and they were China exclusive. So you could only buy them if you lived in China. And I'm fearful that these will also be China exclusives. They are 1/8 scale figures. They are supposed to come out in February of 2019. There is no price listed until we go down and we see they are 1,388 Chinese yuan, I think is the currency in China, limited to 5,000 pieces. And it makes me sad that they're China exclusive, because I would buy these. I think they look pretty nice, even if it is a bad picture. But, so this is 22. She is wearing kind of a purple and magenta theme. She's got some blue magical effects coming out of the base. She is wearing kind of an idol outfit. So showing off her bellies, nice little skirt with little patchworks on it. And she's a happy girl. She's got the bigger boobs of the two and the longer hair and everything. She's tipping her big hat. It is not a tiny hat, which is a bonus. Go to 33. And we see she also is wearing an idol outfit. She's got some suspenders. She's got the smaller boobs. And she has the tiny hat. But still looks pretty good. If we go over here to the Chan pictures, we'll click this one, and this one, and this one, and see how they actually look with maybe a little bit better pictures. So only 2 of them open, but whatever. So yeah, I mean, they look pretty dang detailed. Nice red eyes and everything. You got the little Billy hair clip logos. She's got the little ahoge. She's got a little ahoge. I do like the big hat for once. Tiny hat doesn't look horrible, I guess, but yeah. And I mean, their outfits just look great. It's a great set. I just wish they weren't China exclusives. Stockings look nice, pretty nice. They got some good gradients in them and the little star patterns and everything. Back of the hair is kind of blobby, kind of flat, but still looks pretty good. And I mean, just the shading and coloring and everything. As I said, I would buy these, but I can't. So yay. We were going to do this one. That was the other one that didn't open. So we do see, got 22, 33, blah, 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 28, and they will be actually numbered. So some people would care about that. Some people would care less. I'm one of those people that would probably care less as long as I got them, but I can't get them. So boo. So yay, that's that. And that's all the, that is all the safe for YouTube suggestions. There are, as I said, several not safe for YouTubes. I thought about covering some of them. Like we got the DXD, Rias, and Akino bunnies. We got a ninja girl. We got this one would no way be safe for work. And we got Korone. So, unfortunately, since I've been striked and everything, we're going to end the YouTube video here. Make sure you check the Discord. There will be a link to download the complete version, in which we will talk about the rest of the not safe for YouTube figures. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. Bye-bye.